Welcome back, deep divers. Today, we're going to tackle commercial event spaces.
Oh, yeah, those blank canvases just waiting to be transformed.
Exactly. We're using RE16 commercial event space investments as our guide.
Interesting choice. What caught your eye on that one?
Well, first off, it dives right into location, location, location.
Makes sense. It's got to be the right spot or the coolest space won't matter.
Like, imagine opening a high-end boutique next to a discount store.
Totally clashes. The source really hammers home knowing your area.
Is it corporate central downtown or a suburb buzzing with weddings?
Right. Got to match the space to the vibe. And that leads to niche, right?
Oh, for sure. This source is all about finding your specialty.
Instead of being everything to everyone, you become the go-to for something specific.
Like, I'm picturing a venue decked out for esports tournaments.
Capitalizing on that gaming craze. Or a space perfect for intimate concerts.
Ooh, yeah, live music lovers would flock to that.
Mm-hmm.
But dreamy spaces need cash.
True. Got to make it financially viable. The source gets into those nitty-gritty costs.
From buying the property itself to sprucing it up and furnishing it.
Plus, don't forget the ongoing stuff. Staff, utilities, all that jazz.
Keeps the lights on. But the source also highlights diversifying income.
Beyond just booking fees. Like, what if you rent out AV equipment too?
Smart. Or partner up with local caterers for a one-stop shop.
Exactly. Or have flexible pricing. Maybe weekdays are cheaper for corporate gigs.
And weekends jacked up for those gotta-have-it wedding dates. Love it.
Strategy is key. Now imagine you've got the perfect location, money sorted.
It's design time. Gotta make the space itself a showstopper.
But also adaptable, right? The source is big on that chameleon aspect.
So it can transform from a conference hall one day to a gala the next.
Think modular furniture, lighting that sets the mood, neutral colors as a base.
Oh, and good acoustics. Went to a conference where the echo was brutal.
Ugh, yeah, details matter. And accessibility, gotta be welcoming to everyone.
Ramps, clear signage, those things make a huge difference to some folks.
Plus, ample parking, nice restrooms, people remember those comforts.
Okay, so you've poured your heart into this amazing space. Now what?
Gotta get the word out. The source is all about marketing magic.
Like, that first impression online is everything. Gotta nail that website.
High-quality photos that capture the vibe. Easy booking system.
It's your digital curb appeal. Then, social media is where you shout it out loud.
Show off the space, engage with potential clients, target those ads right.
And local SEO, so you pop up when someone searches event spaces near me.
Essential. But it's not all digital, right? Old school networking still rocks.
Industry events, connecting with planners, caterers, it's all about relationships.
And those referrals are gold. This source also mentions online platforms, though.
Like PeerSpace, EventUp. They connect spaces with people looking to book.
24/7 marketing, basically. Now, behind every great event, there's a team.
Let's talk staffing. Big decision. In-house crew or outsourced vendors?
This source breaks down the pros and cons of each. In-house means more control.
Your team knows your space inside out, upholds your standards, but it costs.
Salaries, benefits, training. Outsourcing can be cheaper up front.
But you're relying on others to represent you well. Got to find the right partners.
And no matter what, top-notch customer service is non-negotiable.
This industry thrives on making people happy, going above and beyond.
Online reviews can make or break you. Every event has to feel special.
All right, let's tackle the less fun stuff. The legal side of the business.
Gotta dot those I's and cross those T's. Local zoning laws are first up.
Making sure your grand plans actually fit what's allowed in that zone.
Then permits, like maybe liquor licenses if you're serving drinks.
And of course, insurance to protect yourself and your clients.
Plus contracts. Gotta spell out rental terms, cancellation policies, all that.
Avoids confusion and headaches down the line. Transparency is key.
Solid contracts lay the groundwork for smooth relationships with everyone.
So we've laid out a lot here, from location to design to staffing.
What do you think are some of the biggest challenges event spaces face today?
Well, this source mentions keeping up with evolving client needs.
It's not just providing a space, it's about creating an experience, a feeling.
People want unique, personalized events. Technology plays a huge role too.
Gotta have that high-speed internet, those interactive features.
Staying ahead of the curve seems crucial, always innovating.
Totally. What makes your space stand out? What's your unique value proposition?
Lots to ponder. You've given us a ton to think about in this first part.
But we've only scratched the surface. Ready to dive into the risks and rewards next.
Absolutely. Let's get to it.
It's kind of cool when you think about it. You're not just investing in bricks and mortar.
You're building a place where memories happen.
Exactly. Weddings, conferences, that big birthday bash.
Each event with its own energy, its own story.
And you're providing the backdrop. This source talks about understanding the emotional needs.
Not just the practical stuff. It's about creating an atmosphere. Right.
Totally. And that ties back to design flexibility, which this source emphasizes.
So it's not just a pretty space, but one that can morph to fit different visions.
Exactly. Modular furniture you can rearrange, lighting that shifts the mood.
Neutral colors is the base, so you can layer on event-specific decor.
And speaking of tech, these days you almost have to have top-notch AV setup.
Oh, for sure. Especially for those hybrid events. Gotta have that seamless streaming.
And high-speed internet is non-negotiable, plus those interactive elements.
Touch screens, digital displays. It shows you're keeping up with the times.
Clients like that. Okay, but let's be real. This stuff costs money.
This source doesn't sugarcoat the initial investment. Can be kind of scary.
Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart, but as we said, it is an investment.
With risks and awards, which the source breaks down pretty thoroughly.
So you've got the property purchase or lease, then renovations, furniture.
Equipment, decor. It adds up quickly.
Plus those ongoing costs. Staffing, keeping the lights on.
Essential, but easy to overlook in the planning phase.
This is where that solid financial plan comes in. Gotta know your numbers inside out.
Projected expenses, potential income. This source is big on diversifying income, too.
Not relying on booking fees alone. It's about getting creative with how you use the space.
I like that. So you mentioned renting out equipment like AV stuff, tables and chairs.
Yep. Or maybe you partner with a local caterer, offer package deals.
Be the one-stop shop for events. And this source talks about strategic pricing, too.
Ah, yes. Flexible models to attract different types of clients.
So weekdays are cheaper for corporate meetings, but weekends.
Premium pricing for those weddings and such. Gonna match the demand.
Makes sense. Don't be afraid to get creative with it.
Exactly. Seasonal promotions, bundled packages, it's all about strategy.
Now, even with the best space and pricing, you got to get people in the door.
Cue the marketing music. This source really stresses that online presence.
That first impression on your website, it's like walking into the space itself.
Professional photos, easy to navigate, and a booking system that's smooth.
Your digital curb appeal, got to be on point. Then there's social media.
That's where you really show off your personality, engage with folks.
Target those ads strategically. Make sure people know you exist.
And nail that local SEO. When someone searches event spaces near me.
You better be at the top of the list. But real-world connections still matter, right?
Oh, absolutely. Industry events, networking with planners, photographers.
Building those relationships can lead to some amazing referrals.
Word of mouth is powerful. And this source also mentions online platforms like
Peerspace, EventUp, they're kind of like a digital matchmaker for venues and clients.
expanding your reach, giving you more visibility to the right people.
Okay, so we've got the space, the marketing, but what about the people power?
Let's talk staffing. This source dives into the in-house versus outsourcing debate.
Big decision. In-house, you've got more control, consistency.
It's costly. Salaries, benefits, all that adds up.
Outsourcing can be more flexible, maybe cheaper up front, but
You're relying on others to deliver on your promises. Finding reliable vendors is key.
and no matter which way you go, this source hammers home customer service,
It's everything in this industry. Being flexible, going the extra mile.
making people feel special. Those online reviews can make or break you.
Reputation is everything. Now, before we get too starry-eyed,
Let's talk legal stuff. Not the most exciting, but gotta cover our bases.
local zoning laws are step one. Gotta make sure your dream fits the regulations.
Then permits, maybe a liquor license if you're planning to serve alcohol,
Insurance is a must. Protects you, your clients, the whole shebang.
and contracts. Gotta be crystal clear on those. Rental terms, cancellation policies.
All the details spelled out to avoid confusion and potential disputes later on.
So we've talked about costs, marketing, legal stuff. It's a lot to process.
The big question is it worth the risk? This source tackles that head on.
It points out the potential for big rewards, especially for certain events.
Weddings, corporate gatherings, those often come with higher booking fees.
But the source also acknowledges the risks. Economic downturns, changing trends.
That's why a solid business plan is crucial. Market research, knowing your audience.
Having a clear strategy. It's about balancing the potential with the realities.
And honestly, passion goes a long way if you love this industry.
If you've got a vision and you're willing to put in the work,
The rewards can be amazing, both financially and personally.
it's about creating something special, a place where people come together.
And that's what makes it all worthwhile.
Okay, deep divers, we've gone deep on the what and the how of event spaces.
Now it's your turn. Time to put on those entrepreneur hats.
This source got me thinking, what kind of event space would you create?
What's missing in your area? What kind of events need a home?
I'm picturing a high-tech podcasting studio. Creators are everywhere these days.
Oh, yeah. Or a pop-up culinary space, rotating chefs, different cuisines each week.
That's fun. Or with esports booming, maybe a dedicated tournament venue.
Big screens, comfy spectator seating, the works.
Or an immersive art space that transforms for events.
Possibilities are endless. What gets you excited? What's your passion?
This source really highlights that it's about finding your niche.
What makes your space unique? This whole deep dive has got me inspired.
Me too. It's not just about the space itself, it's the experience you create.
The atmosphere, the vibe. This source talks about sensory details, remember?
Lighting, music, even the textures you choose, it all adds up.
You're creating a feeling, a mood. And the cool thing is, it can evolve.
You can add features, try new things, partner with different folks.
Always staying fresh, adapting to what your clients want. This source is big on that.
So maybe you cater to a specific demographic, like kid-friendly birthday parties.
Or a co-working space by day that transforms into an event venue at night.
Love that.
Oh.
Or maybe sustainability is your focus, eco-friendly practices.
Partnering with local sustainable vendors. So many options.
Well, I think we've covered a ton of ground in this deep dive.
From the nitty-gritty of financials to those blue sky brainstorming ideas.
What are your biggest takeaways for our listeners thinking about this industry?
Passion is key, for sure. You gotta love this stuff to make it work.
And a solid business plan. Don't just jump in blindly. Do your research.
Know your market, know your audience, and never underestimate customer service.
It's all about those relationships, making people feel valued.
This industry is built on that. Word of mouth is your best friend.
So deep divers, go out there and make some magic happen.
Create those unforgettable experiences. Who knows, maybe someday.
We'll be attending an awesome event in your amazing space.
Until next time, keep dreaming big. And thanks for diving deep with us.